check like 1, 2. Is this thing even like on? Oh my god. It's totally like recording. This is so exciting. What's going on, guys? My name is Alex, and that was, I don't know what that was, but I did it. So what are we going to do? In this video, we're going to talk about the new Season 3 Reloaded information that Treyarch has just dropped on us with a blog post. And it was so great because I was writing a whole script this morning about what could be in the blog post. And then I finished that script and Treyarch dropped the blog post. So that video just went straight in the toilet. I love when I just totally waste my time like that. It's amazing. So I know what you're thinking. I already get this information from Mr. Raffle Waffles or Noah J or Mr. Dalek. Well, why would you want to watch them? They're washed up, dude. You could watch somebody like me, dude. You could watch somebody like me. Dude. All right, so while the mode has been seemingly stale for quite a while, Treyarch has finally released their blog post regarding the Outbreak Easter Egg, which is releasing next Thursday at 10 a.m. So you will definitely want to stick around to hear about that, and we also have some information from a couple of credible leakers in the community about potential wonder weapons that we may see in the Outbreak quest, and there could actually be some even more maps and extra content that could be released as a surprise, but we're going to talk about that in another video because I will just make this video too long. So make sure you subscribe if you want to hear about future content regarding potential map leaks, but we are going to get to all the other stuff I talked about, so don't worry about that. Not here to ruin your day. And also, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help boost the channel and video in the algorithm. Leave all the comments, all that good stuff. Plus, it's free, and you cannot put a price on that. It's literally why things are free, because you cannot put a price. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into our first story. As I just mentioned, Treyarch has released their blog post regarding all of these zombies information for Season 3 Reloaded. As you can see, we have a lot of new content coming to the game, but let's first start with Outbreak. Well, I guess it's pretty much only going to be Outbreak, so we'll start with Outbreak, end with Outbreak. You know how things go around here. First things first, Treyarch is apparently considering the mode of Outbreak to be DLC2, which is why things have been taking so long for a traditional round-based map to come out, because, well, we already got our DLC2. So as we can see, Treyarch states, at its launch, Outbreak was already a much bigger experience than any previous DLC2 we had released to date, and launch was just the beginning. We know we've got something special here, and we've been building on that success while also working on new content for every pillar of zombies. While this provides some relief for myself and other players in the community, I can definitely see why people are upset, as Treyarch also notes that the zombies community is essentially split down the middle. And if you peruse Twitter at all, you can definitely see that to be the case. And the next bit of information is regarding the Outbreak Easter Egg. Treyarch states in the blog post, with our upcoming Outbreak main quests in both Season 3 and 4, the events unfolding in the Ural Mountains will directly set up the story for our next round-based map. Clearly, the interesting bit of information here is regarding the main quest spilling over into Season 4. How exactly will that work? Are they going to have multiple playlists of Outbreak over time that will have a main quest A with the maps we currently now have, and then main quest B, C, or D in maps we have in the future? It would make more sense if they treated Outbreak maps as a playlist, then released main quests inside of them, as opposed to compiling 30 maps into like one giant mode or playlist. That would just be overwhelming, maybe even a little confusing or strange. I suppose the Easter egg could be RNG and round dependent, not map dependent. I think as a community, we are thinking about things from the perspective of traditional maps regarding the Easter eggs, rather than as a new mode. And there are just so many things up in the air regarding Outbreak, and it tends to get pretty confusing. The other interesting piece of information we can take from Treyarch talking about Season 4's main quest for Outbreak is, does this mean the next round-based map will not be coming until Season 4 Reloaded? Or are they going to alternate and give us an Outbreak DLC, then a traditional zombies experience for a DLC? I gotta say, the up-in-the-air content delivery system is a little hard to trust, since we've been both burned and loved by Activision and Treyarch simultaneously. It's a tough relationship to believe in at times, but all we can do is trust that Treyarch knows what they're doing, and if they mess up, then people won't play their games. I mean, it's simple as that, I guess. But if we don't get a traditional zombies map until Season 4 Reloaded, that's not going to be till July sometime, so these quests for Outbreak, they have to be good. Some other changes Treyarch mentions for Outbreak are as follows. Clearly, the new main quest, we're going to be talking about that throughout the whole video, a new Orda encounter world event, fishing, and new intel audio logs, radio transmissions, and artifacts to discover. And I don't think I'm alone in thinking this, but what the hell are we going to do with fishing? I honestly can't even imagine what that's going to be like. Maybe we'll get a fish and turn it into a wonder weapon. I don't know. That would be probably stupid. So probably not going to do that. What am I even talking about fishing for? Now, before we get into discussion about the Outbreak main quest objectives, wonder weapon, and storyline, let's go over the rest of the new features and gameplay improvements Treyarch has to offer. Round-based maps. Cranked 2, no time to crank. Limited time mode in Firebase D&D Machina. That's good because I actually enjoyed Crank. It's not the best mode, but it's fun to jump into every now and then, just quickly kill some zombies, 10, 15 minutes. Dead Ops Arcade 3, new Silverback Sideways bonus map. Doesn't really interest me, but for those of you out there who enjoy that, go nuts. Onslaught, which is again the exclusive PlayStation mode, which sucks. A new Onslaught standoff map, plus new intel. Lotto loadouts, which is a limited time mode, and new challenge exclusive event for a weapon blueprint reward. I bet you the Lotto loadout thing is probably you just start in the game and you get random loadouts, or you get random loadouts throughout your game time playing in like a containment mode or something like that. New features and gameplay improvements, new weapons added to the mystery box, and trial rewards in round-based maps and Outbreak. The Graza assault rifle, the MAC-10 SMG, the Street Sweeper, the FARA 83, the LC-10, the R1 Shadow Hunter, the ZRG, sniper rifle, sledgehammer, Wakizashi, machete, and E-tool will all be coming to the mystery box. Thank God. It is feeling a little stale in that box, and I don't know why it's taken so long, but at least it's finally here. Custom mod support. Bring custom blueprints into zombies via the Apply Blueprint feature. Create multiple configurations for every weapon in the game, and apply your custom mods to all weapons found in a game session. New Outbreak map features. Free cursor support and the ability to ping the overhead map. That's actually pretty sick. I'm actually kind of hyped about that. Zombie-specific weapon tuning to increase the overall power of the Black Ops Cold War arsenal. So we're going to get into that in a little bit because there actually is some good stuff to say. New weapon unlock challenges, baseball bat, and AMP 63 machine pistol. I love machine pistols. I'm so hyped for that. Rebalancing zombie health at high rounds and scaling self-revive costs to provide a greater challenge and higher stakes for skilled zombies players. Buffing the packed ZRG 20mm sniper rifle bullet penetration to affect multiple zombies. Good. Reduced health for the Demented Echo and Outbreak. That's that orange guy that jump scares you. New gameplay improvements and bug fixes in DOA 3. Woo, that's a lot. All of this information is sounding pretty good, especially the bit about adding DLC weapons to the mystery box. I know I just said that, but it's in the script, so we got to keep going. Adding weapon unlock challenges and making high rounds actually difficult by making self-revive kits progressively cost more, high-grade salvage as the game goes on. That's good. That's so good. Treyarch is planning on giving most weapons a buff, like we were talking about in that list, along with Deadwire Tier 5, which they had initially nerfed twice, leaving fans a little upset about how weak their favorite ammo mod was, along with adding a challenge tracker on the pause screen of the game, so you'll be able to see zombies challenges, daily challenges, and operator missions, which is a great start to be able to see what you're shooting for in a match. And hopefully by Season 4, or maybe by the end of the game's life cycle, we will be able to see camo unlock progress and even seasonal challenges as well, but I'm pretty pleased with these quality of life changes. All right, now let's talk about what exactly we may see when it comes to the Outbreak Easter egg. Treyarch posted at the bottom of their blog a Polaroid picture of some stone monkey bomb, which says, "Look for my mark, Ravenov," or R. And this is a sign of Ravenov leaving clues for us to find so we can progress to the next step or the next map or the next round or whatever it could be. But will Samantha be on our side? Because it's clear she is having doubts by looking at the diary post she made that Treyarch posted the other day on Twitter and other social media platforms. Samantha Maxis says the following: "He told me he was doing it for the good of the motherland." I don't know why I was sounding like the Godfather there for a second. I don't know what the hell was going on. I had to stop doing that because I was getting ridiculous. Let's just read it in a normal voice. "He told me he was doing it for the good of the motherland, for the good of us all. Omega is not who he is. He is alone, with no one to turn to. He found something in the mountains, a new operation. It scares him. He wants to meet, but I'm still here under observation. He fears Requiem's bureaucracy," that's so hard to say, "will slow their response, and that it will come too late. I made a promise to him, for the good of us all. Requiem is not who I am. I am alone, but there are people I can turn to. This is the only way." Now, there really is a lot to unpack there, and Maxis is clearly still under observation from the Firebase C Easter egg while she was trapped in the Dark Ether, and Dravenov has clearly found something insane in the Ural Mountains. What exactly, we don't know, but it sounds intense. Could it be a new area we haven't seen yet in Outbreak? Or maybe they're creating a new zombie type that will be a boss zombie for us to take down at the end of the Easter egg? And speaking of an area that, we may discover in Outbreak that hasn't been released, that's something we're going to talk about in another video. So again, make sure to subscribe, come back and check out that content. And I'm also a little unclear of what it means that Samantha said in her blog post, or her diary, her diary, where she says she has other people that she can turn to, that she's not alone, but she doesn't identify with Requiem. So does that mean that she can turn to Weaver, or is there somebody else? Are we going to see Richtofen? Like maybe she remembered who he was when in her older post she talks about how she has a dream of a boy. Like maybe there's some, I'm not saying Richtofen's coming back, but like we don't really know, and maybe there's some new characters that we're going to uncover through this Outbreak Easter egg. I just hope that this Easter egg is actually difficult though, and it doesn't take 4.5 minutes to solve. And I think Treyarch wants to make them a little more difficult too, because Kevin Drew, one of the lead zombies guys over at Treyarch, he even tweeted about it saying, we have a bigger playground this time. Can't wait to watch the hunt. Hopefully it takes a little longer to solve. I think he even put a crying emoji, if my memory serves me correctly. I'll have that on screen just so you can see, but hopefully this means that they've made things a little harder. However, if they regress back to the super challenging states of BO3 and 4 and combine that with the Outbreak map size, that could be like looking for a needle in a haystack, and that just doesn't sound enjoyable at all. So what about wonder weapons? Are we going to be seeing a new weapon from Treyarch this time around? I guess since Outbreak is DLC2 now and the quest is coming along, does this mean we'll see a wonder weapon to go along with that new quest? And I was looking through the battle pass recently and I noticed that there was a calling card of a zombie getting obliterated in an unknown location. And while you might infer that this is just a sniper rifle headshotting this zombie into oblivion, there's a chance that it could be hinting at something more. My first glimpse at this image, I assumed that perhaps we were seeing the sniper in the one shot on the right and the damage in the other on the left. But the more I thought about it, I started to think maybe Treyarch is hinting something at us with this calling card regarding a potential wonder weapon in Outbreak, or maybe a wonder weapon down the line in a future map. We know that this would not be the first time something zombies related has been shown in a calling card, and here are a few on screen. I mean, we have Who's Who, which was an old zombie perk from the days of Die Rise, an image of what looks like a reference to the cave in the Zetsubo Nishima mini boss fight, and even an image of what looks like a reference to the cutting out of the eye of Dr. Peck at the end of the Firebase Z Easter egg. So why wouldn't they reference a future zombies wonder weapon inside of their calling cards in a battle pass, which is part of the same season that is hosting the same Season 3 Reloaded event? I know it's not exactly concrete, but there could be a reference of what is to come in some way, shape, or form. Plus, there has been a wonder weapon attachment in the files now for some time called the Mega Barrel. Now, this comes from a source named Nanikos and Margwabot on Twitter, who have been messing around with this thing in Outbreak and D Machina. Now, the reason we think that this is a wonder weapon for Outbreak and not the other maps is that it allows you to harness the power from all of the boss zombies in Outbreak and places their offensive attacks inside of this barrel attachment. Now, the footage that we have seen, and I believe I showed in a previous video, was that this wonder weapon, when glitched out in the game, only applies to the XM4, and I really doubt that this is only for that gun. It's like probably a placeholder until we see the actual wonder weapon, or perhaps the attachment itself, but it's interesting nonetheless. Another reason why this could be for Outbreak and not the other maps is that perhaps we need to collect specific enemy upgrades when completing this Easter egg, and then use them to collect souls or shoot something outside the map. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless when it comes to a feature like that, as well as with this new Easter egg style on Outbreak, since we honestly have no idea what to expect. But hey, I mean, Treyarch really could surprise us with this Easter egg and provide a brand new wonder weapon outside of the Mega Barrel and really make something unique and special for this experience. The Mega Barrel could just be a generic attachment that we place on all guns, and it can be used at any time in any map. We just don't know. We only know that it's in the files, and we only know what it does. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I truly hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. But before I go, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to favorite and subscribe. And all that stuff, all of the sources and all of the links for everything will be in the description or the pinned comment down below. All right, well, I guess that does it. Peace, everybody.